Good evening, and welcome to Rensselaer's, thank you, Coast to Coast East Scholarship Dinner. I'm Greg Easton, Vice President for Institute Advancement, and it's a pleasure to welcome you here this evening. We have a wonderful program in store for you. But we're going to go right into our program as you're enjoying your salads right now. I'd like to begin by telling you about the first award of this evening, the Rensselaer Global Game Changers Award. The Rensselaer Global Game Changers Award was established in January of 2019 to recognize outstanding partners whose new and expanded contributions have significantly impacted the Institute in one or more of the following ways: made a Rensselaer education more accessible, enhanced the student experience, promoted the health and well-being of the Rensselaer community, advanced opportunities for undergraduate placement of students through the participation in the Arch, invested in creating a pipeline for the recruitment of Rensselaer graduates, and/or elevated the profile and prominence of the Rensselaer brand. In March of 2019, our inaugural recipients of the Global Game Changers Award were United Airlines and Western Digital. United Airlines was recognized for its support of scholarship and the recruitment of deserving students from socioeconomically challenging communities. Alumna champion, trustee Linda Jojo of the class of 1987 and the class of 1992. She is the executive vice president of technology and chief digital officer at United Airlines. She accepted the award on behalf of the company. Western Digital was recognized for elevating the Rensselaer brand, particularly in the West Coast, and for supporting undergraduate scholarships for underrepresented communities across the world. Accepting the award on behalf of Western Digital was the alumnus champion trustee, Siva Sivaran, the classes of 1985 and 86. He is president of technology and strategy at Western Digital. The contributions of our newest recipients of the Rensselaer Global Game Changers Award are vast. Let's take a look.
Ranked among the top health plans in the country for quality and customer service, Capital District Physicians Health Plan Incorporated, better known as CDPHP, has been a long-standing partner in preserving and promoting the health and wellness of Rensselaer students, faculty, and staff. CDPHP members benefit from an award-winning, high-quality, holistic health insurance plan committed to the health, safety, and security, physical and mental well-being, and quality of life of the community it serves. To champion a healthy, affordable, environmentally friendly, and fun way to get around campus and the Capital Region, CDPHP partnered with Rensselaer on CDPHP Cycle, providing free access to its fleet of more than 350 bikes and an unlimited riding plan for the entire Rensselaer community. Members of the Rensselaer staff and faculty community also are proud to join in CDPHP's annual Workforce Team Challenge, the largest annual road race in upstate New York. CDPHP's partnership with Rensselaer also extends to pioneering research. In collaboration with IDEA, the Institute for Data Exploration and Applications, the team is using artificial intelligence to understand the best approaches to identify at-risk patients and develop strategies that will improve their health. In addition to being partners in health and research, Rensselaer is grateful for CDPHP's generous support of student scholarships and the leadership of its president and chief executive officer, Dr. John D. Bennett, 74, for bringing the Capital Region corporate community together to make the 20th anniversary celebration weekend a remarkable success. We are proud to honor CDPHP with a 2019 Global Game Changers Award.
To present the award for the Rensselaer Global Game Changers Award, please welcome the 18th President at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, celebrating her 20th year of transformative leadership, the Honorable Shirley Ann Jackson.
Thank you, Greg, and good evening. It is my deep pleasure this evening to honor our newest recipient of the Rensselaer Global Game Changers Award, Capital District Physicians Health Plan, Incorporated, or CDPHP. Now, to accept this award, would you join me in welcoming to the podium here the President and Chief Executive Officer of CDPHP, Dr. John Bennett, of the Rensselaer class of 1974. Dr. Bennett. Please. Thank you. Dr. Bennett, in recognition of CDPHP's long-standing partnership with Rensselaer in ensuring the health and wellness of our students, faculty, and staff, and its recent investments in transformative research that holds the promise of improving lives of at-risk patients, it is my deep pleasure and honor to present you with the 2019 Rensselaer Global Game Changers Award. Dr. Bennett. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson and Rensselaer community. I realized a couple things the last few days. The first is that since I've lived here for so long, I now say Rensselaer instead of Rensselaer. And those of you who have lived here a long while will know that. But I can't tell you what it means to be here tonight. And the fact that when I first came to this campus, I was not quite 17, from Brooklyn, scared out of my mind, and I stuttered uncontrollably. And the fact that I could be making a speech tonight tells me just how much Rensselaer started to transform my life. So I just want to thank the entire Rensselaer community. I want to thank Dr. Jackson for her 20 years of really transforming this institution. It was a good place when I came here almost 50 years ago. It is a far, far better place today. So I came here, and I couldn't help fall in love with this institution. I fell in love with the city of Troy, the capital region. Most importantly, I fell in love with my beautiful wife, Deborah. And she was from North Greenbush, so we came back. I thought I wanted to be an engineer. But I ended up going to medical school, spent a little stint back in Brooklyn, and came right back. I've had a pleasure running this nearly year-long campaign. I'm proud of the work we've done raising critical funds needed for student scholarships, as well as bringing arts education to young people through the Josh Groban Find Your Light Foundation. I had the pleasure of meeting Josh and his family, and what a truly extraordinary gentleman he is, and his family and their passion for educating young people. So again, I speak for all of us at CDPHP, and I'm very proud of my team. A lot of them are here tonight to support the company and to support me. Thank you very much, because you all make me look good every day. We look forward to many, many more years of partnership and collaboration between CDPHP and RBI. God bless.
John, we're going to take a picture.
Okay.
I'd like to ask all the members of the CDPHP team to stand and be recognized, please. Thank you. I now invite you to enjoy your dinner, after which we will continue with the program and resume our awards presentations. Thank you. So all of you enjoying yourselves? I'm not sure I heard you. Great. And I hope you are equally enjoying the opportunity to connect with one another. So let me resume our program by again thanking the generous underwriter of our tribute weekend events, Dr. John Bennett and CDPHP. Thank you. I have to say that as the tribute weekend event chair, we also are deeply grateful to Dr. Bennett and his executive leadership team for bringing more corporate sponsors on board in support of student scholarship than ever before. And let me introduce some members of his executive leadership team. It includes Mr. Vikash Agrawal of the Rensselaer class of 1998, chairman of Livrex Technology Incorporated. I would ask you to stand as I call your name and to remain standing till I finish the list. Thank you. Mr. Vikram Agrawal of the Rensselaer class of 2002, President and Chief Executive Officer of Livrex Technology Incorporated. Mr. James J. Barber, President and Chief Executive Officer of the Albany Medical Center. Mr. Steve Boucher, President and Chief Executive Officer of Boucher Financial Group Limited. Mr. Joseph R. Nicola of the Rensselaer class of 1979, founder and president of Columbia Development Companies, LLC. Mr. John Nigro, president of Nigro Companies and an honorary trustee of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. And Mr. Daniel T. Pickett III of the Rensselaer class of 1990, president of Zones, Inc., president of Hudson River Capital Holdings, and a trustee of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. Thank all of you. Now, I want you to understand the importance of what they've done because of our young people. And we were all that once. But these young people are simply amazing. And that's why we wanted to recognize that team and give them tokens of our appreciation. I also would like to thank our dinner sponsors this evening. Trustee Mr. Curtis R. Preen of the Rensselaer class of 1982 and his lovely wife Cindy Preen. Albany Medical Center, Mr. Barber. IBM, Dr. Kelly, and other. Our Bridging the Gap sponsors, including Corning Incorporated, Mr. Capek. Livrex Technology Incorporated, the Agrawals. Sodexo, they're also the ones serving the wonderful food. United Airlines and trustee Linda Jojo. And Western Digital and trustee Dr. Siva Sivaram. Our corporate underwriters include trustee Arthur Golden of the Rensselaer class of 1966 and his wife Elizabeth Smith Golden. Trustee Wanda Denson Lowe of the Rensselaer class of 1978 and her husband Ron Lowe. Columbia Development Companies and National Instruments, Mr. Jeff Kadosky. We have our corporate benefactors, Apti Health, Hudson River Holdings, the Pickett Family Foundation, and the Warren Alpert Foundation. I thank as well our corporate sponsors, including Huron, Murtha Cullinan Attorneys at Law, the Nigro Companies, the Rensselaer Alumni Association, Rosen Kiernan Incorporated, the United Group, VMJR Companies, and Whiteman, Osterman, and Hanna LLP Attorneys at Law. We also thank our Friends of Rensselaer sponsors and our individual sponsors. So please thank with me again all of these wonderful sponsors. Let me especially recognize, as I call them, our raison d'etre for this event, our students. And let me ask our student ambassadors to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. Tonight is about scholarship and about supporting Bridging the Gap, the first pillar of our capital campaign, transformative campaign for global change. Although the challenge for our students' financial aid needs still remain, I'm very pleased to announce that this gap is narrowing. Commitments to Bridging the Gap now exceed $118 million, due in no small part to the generosity of the individuals and organizations who are with us this evening. And overall, we have received over 152,500 commitments in support of the capital campaign. And I am pleased to report that we are approaching the $500 million mark in the campaign. Let us applaud that. And let me thank our founding campaign co-chairs, Trustee Paul J. Severino of the great Rensselaer class of 1969, and his wife, Kathleen Severino. Please stand and be recognized. I'm also very pleased to announce that joining them as campaign co-chairs are Trustee John E. Kelly III of the Rensselaer classes of 1978 and 1980, and his wife, Helen Jo. And Trustee Daniel T. Pickett III of the Rensselaer class of 1990, and his wife, Jennifer, who's not with us this evening, but Dan. I hope you notice that if you don't have the third after your name, there's something about that. So I want to thank you personally, the campaign co-chairs, for your philanthropy, your leadership, and your service. Now, together with the members of our campaign leadership committee and with the ongoing and robust support of the entire Rensselaer community, I have every confidence that we will succeed in building the endowment we need to secure the future of Rensselaer in its third century. So I also would like to acknowledge some very recent transformative commitments of more than $1 million made by members of the Rensselaer community. So it is with deep appreciation that I recognize the significant and continued generosity of Rensselaer trustee Jeffrey L. Kodosky of the Rensselaer class of 1970 and his wife Gail Kodosky, who were among the 2018 recipients of the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. And in addition, I have to tell you that Jeff and Gail were the very first sponsors of a constellation under the original Rensselaer plan. So Jeffrey and Gail, please stand and be recognized. Now, also among the first sponsors of a constellation in the first campaign, and this is after having endowed our Center for Entrepreneurship in the Lally School of Management, but now we are recognizing them for yet another transformative commitment. And this commitment is from our 2019 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award honorees, Kathy and Paul Severino. In fact, last weekend, Paul celebrated his 50-year class reunion and was inducted with his classmates into the Rensselaer 50-year club. And so I know that I'm making you get a lot of exercise, but please stand and be recognized. We also are very fortunate to have two new members of the Rensselaer Board of Trustees, both of whom, together with their wives, have made transformative commitments in support of the campaign. The first I would like to recognize is our new trustee, Mr. Roy Davis, of the Rensselaer class of 1978. Mr. Davis and his wife, Louise, recently established the Louise M. and Roy N. Davis class of 78 scholarship. And in addition to serving as a trustee, Roy also serves as co-chair of the Rensselaer Greater New York Executive Council, which is contributing greatly to increased engagement with alumni, alumnae, parents, and partners throughout the region by hosting compelling and informative thought leadership and networking events. Roy, please stand and be recognized. There they are. Our next new trustee that I would like to recognize is Mr. David Ho of the Rensselaer class of 1986, who together with his wife Leanne, and she's not able to be with us, but David has traveled all the way from Hong Kong to join us this weekend. And David and his wife have established the David Chi Hu Ho class of 86 and Leon Ho Endowment for the Arch, a very generous and timely commitment in light of our first and full implementation of the Arch. So if David is here, and if he's not, we want to recognize him. There he is. I also would like to recognize Dr. Nancy Deloy Fitzroy, celebrating her 92nd birthday today. She is a graduate of the Rensselaer class of 1949, and she has established the Nancy Deloy Fitzroy Class of 49 Scholarship to support young women pursuing advanced degrees in engineering. There's Nancy. Last May, in honor of Nancy and her late husband, Roland, we were pleased to dedicate the Rensselaer Admissions Building as the Nancy Deloy Fitzroy Class of 49 and Roland V. Fitzroy Jr. Admissions Building. I also would like to recognize Mr. Sam Thomas of the Rensselaer Class of 1973 and his wife, Joanne, for establishing the Samuel F. Thomas Jr. 73 Scholarship, which is intended to support talented and deserving undergraduates from underrepresented minority populations. And when I had visited with Joanne and Sam in Florida, they promised me that they would come, and Joanne got Sam to come. So I would like them to stand and be recognized. I know they're here. But let me tell you that my leadership team also steps up. And so I would like to recognize Dean Kurt Brenneman of the School of Science and his wife, Mimsy Pai, who established the Sean M. Brenneman Memorial Scholarship, and they are members of the Livingston W. Houston Society of Patroons. And I want to thank them for their extraordinary and exemplary philanthropic commitment to Rensselaer. Inasmuch as this evening is about scholarship, I am pleased as well to recognize Rensselaer trustee and alumnus, Dr. Srinivasan Sivaram, of the Rensselaer classes of 1985 and 1986, who was president of technology and strategy at Western Digital. In 2018, Western Digital launched the Western Digital Scholarship Program, which encourages and assists capable students from underrepresented and underprivileged backgrounds to realize their potential as the scientists, technologists, engineers, and mathematicians of the future. The global program awards up to $1 million each year in scholarships to students in 8 countries. In its inaugural year, Western Digital awarded 36 scholarships to deserving Rensselaer students. In 2019, 70 Rensselaer students were awarded Western Digital scholarships. And so I would like Dr. Sivaram to stand and be recognized and ask you to join me in thanking them. And finally, let's have a rousing round of applause for all of these very generous and steadfast supporters of Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. And now it is my distinct honor and privilege to recognize the first recipient of the 2019 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, Mr. Josh Groban, and the Find Your Light Foundation, with whom Rensselaer is proud to partner in supporting arts education for deserving children with the goal of creating a pipeline of talent for Rensselaer and for the world at large. Please.
Grammy, Tony, and Emmy Award-nominated singer, songwriter, and actor Josh Groban has sold over 35 million multi-platinum albums worldwide. He has toured the globe, performing electrifying live performances for thousands of adoring fans. He played a starring role in the 2017 Broadway musical Natasha, Pierre, and the Great Comet of 1812, has appeared in numerous television shows and feature films, and performed at the 73rd Annual Tony Awards. At an early age, Josh Groban found his light, and for more than a decade has been committed to helping others find theirs. Josh Groban spent his early childhood and formative years exposed to a wide variety of music and the arts. His mother worked as an art teacher, his father a businessman and an accomplished pianist able to play by ear. Both parents instilled in their children, Josh and younger brother Christopher, a love of art, theater, and music. In addition to the influence of his parents, Josh Groban considers himself lucky to have attended public elementary and secondary schools that offered music and arts education. Seeing overall arts education programs cut in half over the past 20 years and virtually decimated in low-income communities where the academic benefits of arts education are the greatest, the Groban family launched the Find Your Light Foundation. The Find Your Light Foundation is dedicated to ensuring that each child has the opportunity to experience a quality arts education and believes that is best achieved through direct support of exceptional arts programs combined with education, advocacy, and outreach. Since its founding in 2011, the Find Your Light Foundation has supported over 200 arts education programs in underserved communities across the country, investing more than $2 million. In recognition and celebration of his personal and philanthropic achievements, tonight we are honored to present a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award to Josh Groban and the Find Your Light Foundation.
So please welcome Mr. Josh Groban to the stage. You're going to take a picture.
Okay, sure, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for that ego-boosting video and following it with that beautiful awkward silence. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Dr. Jackson, and everybody here for being so welcoming to me, to my incredible family, and to my foundation, Find Your Light. Congratulations to you, Dr. Jackson, on 20 years of leadership and innovation. I am here to learn more than anything. I've been endlessly impressed with the incredible out-of-the-box forward thinking that Rensselaer is doing. I am a product of arts education. I'm a little bit intimidated to be standing here as a musician in front of some of the great academic minds in the country. It's not my first time. I went to another great technology, engineering, architecture, science school, Carnegie Mellon. I was one of 12 musical theater students among thousands of scientists. I would walk into my dorm and say, hey, I just learned a really hard Sondheim song, and my dorm mate would say, cool, I re-engineered a tomato to be the size of your head. I'm like, cool. But one thing that I can see that is happening here, which is so exciting, is using the arts as a tool to unlock even more potential from the brilliant minds already that are here. One of my heroes, the great Oliver Sacks, writes about this extensively. His book, Musicophilia, is required reading as far as I'm concerned. But you don't need to be a mind as brilliant as Dr. Jackson's or Dr. Sacks to realize the importance of a quality arts education in a young person's life. You can see it in the schools that you visit. I can see it in the students' faces. Leadership skills, the hands get raised. Graduation rates go up. Family life begins to blossom, and an excitement begins to emerge in a young person's life where they discover who they are and who they want to be in this ever-divided world, which we need right now. We mentioned family. They mentioned family in that video, and I would be remiss if I didn't say that even though I get to come out here, and you're going to hear a lot more from me in a little bit, I get to come out here and take a picture and shake all of your wonderful hands and sing some big notes for you, but I would not be able to have this foundation. I would not be able to do the great work that this foundation does without the extraordinary contributions of my brilliant family. My mom, Lindy, my dad, Jack, my brother, Chris, who's an incredible director. His work you'll see when you enter the theater tonight. He made an incredible video about Rensselaer. I would like them to stand for a moment and just be recognized because this honor is their honor, truly. I don't know where they are, but I want them to stand up. Thank you, guys. So, as I think about my family and their incredible love and support and help with Find Your Light, and I think about the extended family that I'm so honored to have in this wonderful organization, in Dr. Jackson, in our friends Curtis and Cindy Priam, who introduced us to this extraordinary institution and who share our vision. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for continuing with that ideal, continuing with that passion. There are so many young people to help. There are so many minds to expand both here and around the world, and arts education is such an incredible tool to help do that. So thank you for your belief in our organization, and I look forward to continuing the journey with all of you. Thank you very much. I'll see you later. Okay.
Going to get ready for us. Our next recipient of the 2019 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award is Corning Incorporated. In recognition of that organization's long-standing research partnerships with Rensselaer, its exceptional dedication to our students and graduates, and its alumni and alumnae employees who are true champions for Rensselaer.
Corning Incorporated's relationship with Rensselaer spans more than 40 years. Corning's partnership with the Center for Materials, Devices, and Integrated Systems and collaboration with leading Rensselaer faculty researchers have advanced our understanding of and ability to control the compositional structure and thermodynamics of glass at various stages of development. Such research is driving the creation of glass that is both stronger and more flexible for a world-changing array of applications, from light-refracting optical glass to optical fibers and glass polarizers for telecommunications and aerospace, to consumer electronics displays for cell phones, tablets, and televisions. As a member of the Industrial Affiliates Program, Corning also participates in research within the departments of Mechanical, Aerospace, and Nuclear Engineering, and Electrical, Computer, and Systems Engineering. Corning has been a longtime supporter of undergraduate research at Rensselaer. Through its Corning Undergraduate Scholars Program, students nominated by Rensselaer faculty and chosen by Corning receive underwriting to cover the costs of their respective research endeavors. The experience culminates with a visit to the Corning Global Research Center. Since 2015, in partnership with the O.T. Swanson Multidisciplinary Design Laboratory, Corning has supported the development of more than 100 engineering students in their senior capstone design projects, including advanced wireless networks, gesture recognition, and optical spool management. Corning has cultivated deep relationships with Rensselaer faculty, including 2 inaugural recipients of the 2015 Gordon S. Fulcher Distinguished Scholar Award, created by Corning to build a pipeline of qualified researchers for the glass industry. Corning has been a generous supporter of Bridging the Gap, a key pillar of Transformative Campaign for Global Change, which provides scholarships to deserving students who might not otherwise be able to afford a Rensselaer education. Corning also was an early supporter of Rensselaer's pilot program for the Arch, enabling 3 students to spend their semester away working on new innovative products at Corning. Corning's support for the Arch, now in place for all rising juniors, continues. For decades, Corning has been recruiting talented Rensselaer graduates. More than 150 Rensselaer alumni and alumnae are currently employed by Corning, including senior leaders and researchers. Proud of their alma mater and the world-class company for which they work, Rensselaer alumni and alumnae at Corning enthusiastically welcome the opportunity to become inaugural members of the recently launched Rensselaer Corporate Affinity Program. They have become exceptional brand ambassadors for Rensselaer and committed partners in the pursuit of increased opportunities for engagement and collaboration. We are honored to present Corning with a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award for its long-standing research partnerships and its exceptional dedication to Rensselaer students, the student experience, and its graduates.
To accept the award on behalf of Corning Incorporated, please welcome Executive Vice President and Chief Strategy Officer, Dr. Jeffrey Evanson, and Senior Vice President and Chief Engineer of Manufacturing, Technology, and Engineering, Rensselaer alumnus, Mr. Thomas Capek, of the class of 1986, to the stage.
Well, thank you, Dr. Jackson. Corning is honored to receive this award and to be in such a distinguished company this evening, especially here with you to celebrate your 20 years of leadership. Tom and I are also very proud of Corning's long track record of inventions that have transformed industries and enhanced people's lives. But we can't do anything that we do without strong research collaborations, access to the best and brightest, and passion that's generated by people who are also committed to our vision of making the world a better place through innovation. Corning's relationship with Rensselaer has lasted about a quarter of our 168-year history. And we have continued to deepen the relationship due to the powerful combination of knowledgeable faculty, talented students, and capabilities across multiple disciplines that characterizes Rensselaer. RPI professors are making contributions to groundbreaking glass innovations. RPI graduates are leading some of the most important initiatives at Corning today, and RPI summer interns are truly tomorrow's leaders. We understand that our support of scholarships, research programs, and faculty development are truly high-return investments on the future. We believe that some of our greatest contributions are still ahead, and we look forward to continuing our journey in a strong partnership with Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute.
Now it is my distinct honor and privilege to recognize our final recipients of the 2019 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, Kathleen M. and Paul J. Severino of the great class of 1969, whose selfless service and generous philanthropy in support of Rensselaer have created an enduring legacy.
As the oldest technological university in the English-speaking world, Rensselaer has produced generation after generation of successful graduates. Among those at the very top is a man who never planned to attend Rensselaer at all.
I met a guy that had a summer job together. I got to know him and he said to me, "How are your grades?" And I said, "My grades are fine." He said, "You should really go to Rensselaer." He said, "You got a much bigger opportunity when you graduate from Rensselaer with an electrical engineering degree."
In 1967, before the start of his junior year, Paul Severino made the decision to transfer to the Institute. In so doing, he changed the course of his own life and the future of Rensselaer. After graduating from Rensselaer in 1969 with a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, Paul began his career with opportunities at Digital Equipment Corporation, Prime Computer, and Data Translation Incorporated. He went on to found several startups, including Interlan Incorporated, the first company to provide Ethernet adapter products for microcomputer systems. At Interlan, Paul also met his wife Kathleen, a kindred entrepreneurial spirit. They've been a team ever since. In 1986, Paul founded Wellfleet Communications, the leading supplier of high-performance systems and services for enterprise networks. A game changer, Wellfleet Communications was twice ranked the fastest-growing company in the United States by Fortune magazine. Hailed throughout his career as both a technology visionary and a CEO who is unafraid to get his hands dirty in the machine shop, Paul credits Rensselaer with giving him the technical expertise and the confidence to pursue innovative ideas, motivate others, and create whole new markets. Today, he remains active as an investor and advisor to emerging technology companies. Together, Kathleen and Paul Severino have invested in and advised Rensselaer for decades. In celebration of Paul's 30th reunion, they endowed the Paul J. 69 and Kathleen M. Severino Center for Technological Entrepreneurship within the Lally School of Management. They also established the Severino Scholars Fund to provide scholarships for undergraduate students from underrepresented groups and endowed one of the first research constellations, the Wellfleet constellation. Inspiring others to the cause, Paul and Kathleen played a central role in the success of Renaissance at Rensselaer, a $1.4 billion capital campaign.
That campaign was very successful, and it was the biggest campaign we've had ever at RPI.
Today, they serve as co-chairs of Transformative, Campaign for Global Change, which will position Rensselaer for its third century of leadership in education and research. In addition to serving on the Institute's Board of Trustees since 1995, Paul has received several individual honors. In 1994, Paul received the William F. Glazer 53 Entrepreneur of the Year Award, as well as numerous honors from the Rensselaer Alumni Association, including the Distinguished Service Award. Together, awards and recognitions abound for these true champions of Rensselaer. Kathleen and Paul are recipients of the prestigious Alice Aquilay Medal for Outstanding Philanthropy, as well as members of the 1824 Society of Patroons at Rensselaer.
And we have a great, affinity towards helping the school and Dr. Jackson, who's done a remarkable job.
And tonight, Rensselaer is delighted to celebrate all that Kathleen and Paul Severino have meant to the university and honor them anew with a 2019 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award.
So please join me in welcoming Kathy and Paul Severino to the stage. Let's put Paul between the beautiful things. Do you want to hold this? Want to hold?
Thank you, Dr. Jackson. Kathy and I are honored to receive this prestigious award. Thank you very much. While we are proud of the many successes the two of us have had in our lives and have been fortunate to be able to support the causes most dear to our hearts, especially RPI, we are so happy that many of our family, who we consider our greatest achievement, are with us tonight. They include our children, grandchildren, my sister and my brother-in-law, and at this time, we would like them to stand up. Stand up. We are thankful for so many of you who were able to come here today. So now I'm going to hand this over to Kathy because she's the talker of the family.
Nice intro, honey. Well, I would have never come to know the extended family that is the community of Rensselaer without Paul's involvement and continued commitment to RPI. Just look around. Think about the exceptional students and faculty with whom you have interacted with since you were here. Then you will understand why it is incumbent upon all of us who can to ensure that the young men and women, not have their opportunity to change the world be impeded by a lack of financial resources. Like you, they are the pride of Rensselaer, and they are the future of Rensselaer. I hope that you will join us in continuing to help them change the world. Thank you.
So now I would like to offer a toast. And once again, those who know me know that I offer toasts in 3 parts. So my first toast is to our students, because they are our future. Yeah. The second is to you, all of you, and especially to our Global Game Changers Award recipient and our Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award recipients, because you enable the future of these young people. Hear, hear. And the second is to the remarkable legacy and even brighter future of this essential institution. Hear, hear. I said earlier that there's no better way to celebrate a significant milestone in one's career, and in my case, 20 years of being the president of this great institution, than to celebrate it doing something and supporting something important with people who are important. And so it is my privilege and honor to be with all of you tonight. But we know that we also want to hear a simply superb performing artist who also cares deeply about our future. Thank you. So I'll be asking you to join me shortly at the magnificent Curtis R. Prim Experimental Media and Performing Arts Center. Thank you very much.